If I got $1 every time I was attacked on my crop circle videos, I would be rich. Even I have a hard time understanding what drives me to make these crop circle videos. Maybe just as many critics have said, I am crazy. Trying to convince non-believers is impossible, but that won't stop me from trying. I thought the easiest way to convince people was to show the relationship between crop circles and events that happened afterwards. I mean, if I can show crop circles contain warnings before disasters happen, I should be able to win you over, right? However, even when I showed connections between crop circles and 911, the Indian Ocean tsunami, Haiti and Japan, not many felt impressed. So I decided to take the difficult route. What would you say if I can find messages in crop circles before disasters happen? Don't you think that would be the undisputable evidence we need? I actually could not find any prior crop circle prophecies fulfilled, so it is like shooting at the sun. But think about it this way. At least no one can laugh at me when I fail, since there is little chance I will get anywhere, right? 2016 was the first year I started chasing crop circles like a storm chaser. Check comments under my videos and you can see how we were attacked, criticized, and laughed at. But I continued my quest. And if you've been looking, you probably have stayed with me. And for that, I say thank you. I don't know what you think, but I'm quite proud of my crop circle decoding and broadcasting record. Although I can't say when or where things will happen, the crop circles seem to have had helpful messages. Like this crop circle has a U.S. Marshal badge, which I interpreted as a possible attack on the U.S. And guess what? The Orlando attack happened 3 days later. I know many of you think those are just lucky guesses. Then let's look at this crop circle from April 26, 2017 in the Netherlands. Hard to imagine a simple crop circle like this can contain any message. This is what my overactive imagination showed me.
Did you notice this bulging part? Now, let's look at August 21, 2017. Now Mercury seems to be more in like a straight line with the Earth, Moon, Sun, and Mars. But it still looks kind of like the crop circle, right? Or it can mean a period between the two eclipses. The only comfort I noticed in the crop circle is that the bulge seems to be on the opposite side of the Earth. It seems Venus is on the destruction path, but not the Earth. Or is that too optimistic?
Please note that we not only speculate on what may happen, we also predicted the time it may happen. We pointed out the time period possibly between August 6 to August 21. We said it can be solar flares, but it is most likely aiming at a different direction than Earth. Now, let's see what happened. In July, aurora can be seen as far south as Oregon, and aurora again after the biggest solar in 12 years flare after July 14, 2017. Of course, there is a cosmic bullet way bigger than the July one, which happened in September. You may say we missed the mark as we predicted the period between August 6 and August 21, while the two big solar flares happened in July and early September. I won't argue with you, but will suggest that you check out these planetary maps yourself. And maybe also check on the NASA Sun camera. You see, what you know is what's in the news. The first solar flare outburst is news. The one after is no longer worth reporting unless it is much worse. Luckily, the worst part of the solar flare aimed at in another direction, just as we predicted. Let me show you what the sun looked like during these 3 months. Check for yourself at stereo.gsfc.nasa.gov. I know NASA's maybe not the best source for information, but what other choices do I have? As you can see, our sun can be calm and peaceful one minute, wild and exploding the next. And yes, the sun did explode in mid-July and went totally crazy. And it got even worse in September. Is this a camera malfunction? And what is that bright spot entering the sun? Is that what caused the explosion? Is that the long-awaited Nibiru? Actually, the spot is most likely Mercury, as it was about to move in front of Earth while orbiting the sun. Is the worst over? I don't think so. There may be more sun flares, and we for sure can't always be this lucky. But hopefully the worst is behind us. Do you know what will happen if the solar flare is shooting our way? On March 12, 1989, a powerful explosion on the sun sent energy of thousands of nuclear bombs directly at Earth, at the speed of 1,000,000 miles an hour. Within minutes, tangled magnetic forces from the sun had released a billion-ton cloud of gas. It was like a vast cloud of solar plasma striking the Earth's magnetic field. This created the northern lights in Florida. But other than the light show, this magnetic disturbance created electrical currents in the ground beneath most of North America. When the currents found a weakness in the electrical power grid of Quebec, the entire Quebec power grid lost power in less than 2 minutes. It caused a 12-hour blackout. At the same time, New York Power lost 150 megawatts, and the New England Power Pool lost 1,410 megawatts. The U.S. avoided a blackout using reserves, but the effect on Quebec was devastating. If you lived in Florida in 1989, you probably missed the Aurora show. Very few people even knew about it. But can you imagine what a blackout would do to us today? 8 patients died in a nursing home when they lost power after Hurricane Irma. Imagine what a total blackout would do to us. Like CNN stated, we dodged a cosmic bullet. But will we always be this lucky? You may not know that 1989 was not the worst solar explosion. On September 2, 1859, auroras were seen in Cuba and Hawaii when a solar storm slammed into the Earth's atmosphere and shorted out telegraph wires. The Earth's magnetic field normally protects the surface of the planet from some storms. In 1859, the planet's defenses were totally overwhelmed. Wires caught on fire. Imagine a solar storm like that today. I don't even want to think about it. Will a 1859 scale solar flare hit us soon? Hopefully not. If the crop circle prediction is true, the worst is over. We were spared because the flares were aiming in a different direction. But don't let your guard down. Remember how I was called idiot and crazy? Be prepared for me to be wrong. I don't know who made crop circles, nor do I know what the messages mean. But I know if we don't try, we will never know. I only interpret based on what I see. You may perceive a totally different message from the same crop circle, and your interpretation may be better than mine. Actually, when I saw this crop circle on June 2, 2017 in France, I thought it looked like a sports field, and released my video accordingly. 12 days later, the U.S. congressional baseball team was attacked. The shooter shot from the outside, just as shown on the crop circle. I may be wrong in my predictions, but you are wrong if you don't take crop circles seriously. So, are crop circles fake? Are those messages real? That is a question that possibly only you need answer. This is Ken Peters. Thank you for watching.